So let's take a look at another entry from the side mount. This time, let's say we're dealing with someone who can like bridge us off real easy when we're going to the knee on belly. So we're going to focus more on folding our partner's legs and staying lower to the ground. Like I say, in case we're dealing with someone who may be a little bit heavier, a little bit stronger, or someone who's just really good at bridging when you go to a knee on belly. All right, so we're starting from the side again, focusing on the same things, focusing on controlling the head and arm and the hips at the same time. And we're going to look to get the head and arm. Let's say we end up in a situation where my bicep is under his elbow. I'm walking my arm up while I'm on the side, getting his arm up enough, and passing my head over to the other side, looking to connect the head and arm from here. Now we want to make sure we get to the other side safely. Now, sometimes what ends up happening is we go to a knee on belly, and this was happening to me, where I was getting knee on belly, but my partner would use his free hand to control my hips and just start bridging. He'd post his feet to the mat and just knock me off balance. That was actually really good. So if you feel like this is happening to you and someone's able to bridge you, just like pushing you off real easy, we're going to focus on staying lower, walking our weight, putting pressure on his legs and just folding the legs from here. So let me stop talking about it. I'll just do it. So from here, we get to the head and arm. First thing, if you guys want to focus on clearing this arm better, I always like to start bringing my knees, both of my knees to my partner's hip and scooping that arm out. So to help beat that frame, beat that push off, I always try to get my thigh to hit my partner's tricep from here. So it's harder for him to get that hand to the hip. But still, even when we're here, our partner can bridge and take us off balance. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk my weight back from here. I'm going to walk my weight back and I'm going to have my hip connect to his thigh. So actually, let's turn this way so we can show. So while still keeping the head and arm, I'm just going to walk my hips back, and you see my hip is meeting his thigh here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start walking, folding my partner's legs, and I'm just going to sprawl over my partner's legs from here. Sometimes you might just end up right in the mount, but I feel good with finishing it right from here. The key from here is that I keep a wide base, and I'm being on the inside of my feet so I can sprawl as best I can. Now from here, I feel like if my upper body positioning is really strong, I can finish the exact same way. Just dropping my head, and I'll be good to go from there. So really, you guys can have two options. Either one, you can kind of work your way up to the mount when looking to get the finish, or you can just keep your hips over your partner's hips, over your partner's legs, to keep him from really being able to replace his guard and use his hips to recover. Okay, so like I say, this is an option for if you don't like being high up, going to the knee on belly. We have an option to stay lower for those people who are strong and are going to try to buck you off real quick. We can just fold the legs, getting him to turn away, and as we finish the head and arm. Okay, so one more time. And let's do the same. Let's turn this way. So guys, we're controlling the head and arm. We're controlling the hips. And yeah, we'll leave an angle a little bit here. I'm getting the arm by my head. You can either use your hand or you can use your bicep from here as well. Walking the arm up, passing the head over to the other side, connecting your hands. Now from here, instead of the option of going knee on belly, you see where my hips come up high a little bit here? If your partner is strong, he can bridge you from here. Let's focus on changing up where I'm staying lower. I'm going to just walk my hips back and my hip is going to meet my partner's thigh. Folding my partner's legs, I'm going to keep walking over, and then I'll sprawl my legs out, keeping a wide base. I feel like if I stay here, it's a little bit easier for him to bring his hips out. So I'll keep a wide base over his legs from here. If you feel like you're in a strong spot to get the finish from here, great. Sometimes you might feel a little low on your partner, so you can just work your way up to the mount and finish from there as well. Either way, it's up to you, but like I say, if you have someone who's really strong and bridging well, we have a good option to just fold the legs while walking to the side as well.